Yay, we're gonna move. So lift your toes, bring your hands onto your hips, and then get that beautiful part in your low back, get that moving. Press all 10 toes into the floor. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, forward bending. Inhale, halfway lift, and really feel the movement in your back body. Feel how you're waking everything up. And then raggedy doll, flip the palms of your hands and lay your chest on top of your thighs. Yeah. And then just hang here for a moment. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. And then step back into plank. Inhale, high plank. For those of you who don't feel that plank is a pose for you, you can always drop your knees and still get all the benefit. Press your fingers into the floor, press your heels away. Inhale, curl forward or come forward on your tippy toes. Exhale, drop your knees. Retuck your toes. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press down and forward. First, modified chaturanga. Undo your feet. Press all 10 toes into the floor. Inhale, keep your hands there. Open up your chest. Do a little swish. Nice little swish. And then tuck your toes and move into first child's pose. Very active child's pose. So for those of you, Lisa and Samantha, all the work now in yoga is really concentrating on spaces in your wrists, spaces in your shoulders, spaces in your fingers, and we do this cupcake thing where you cup your hands, the 4 fingers pull on the thumbs and the thumbs pull on the fingers, and we try to keep that space open because we're all making our living with our hands. Yeah, press through the palms of your hands. Inhale, curl forward, angry cat. Looking between your knees, set up those big toes so that you just see the edges of them. And then exhale, let's do cow. Open up your chest. Micro bend your elbows and pull your hands towards the back of the mat. Inhale, curl forward, but do it really mindfully. Tuck the tail, pull the belly button into the backbone. Start pressing your hands away from your knees so it's as if you're trying to make your mat a little bit longer. And the head is the last thing to come down. And now we're going to do opposite. Inhale, open up your chest. Heart and eyes are forward. Bend your elbows, pull, pull, pull. So you really feel, toes are tucked under. You really feel the work that's happening, opening up your tissues. Tuck tail, back of heart is the highest thing. First down dog, chest and thighs come in together. So the knees are really bent. Your first job is to have that beautiful line between your wrist bone and your hips. Don't worry if your hamstrings are tight. Bend your knees, separate your feet best as you can. Inhale, curl forward. High plank. Exhale, drop your knees, tuck the tail, knees coming down exactly the same time but so slowly. Retuck your toes. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, modified chaturanga, come all the way down. Undo this chaturanga, extend your legs back, fingertips out to the side, elbows bent. Use your cupcake hands, press the toenails into the floor. Tuck your chin, lengthen through your waistline. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, pull those hands towards the back of the mat. Exhale, slower than you want. Come on down. Put one hand on top of the other and then shift the weight of your hips from left to right. Just having like a little moment, a little wake up moment. Press through the palms of your hands underneath your shoulders. Retuck your toes. Active child's pose, that's where we're going. You're going to press down and forward, eyes and heart. forward. As you move, your toes are tucked. As you move into active child's pose with the wrists lifted. Breathe. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, up dog. Sorry, I lost all my music, no idea how. And then down dog. Breathe. Breathing and feeling. Now, I'd like to do a lot of heart openers today. So now that we're warm, I'd like you to come down onto your knees and onto your tummy as well. One hand on top of the other, forehead on top of that. And just get your breath moving in a way that's nice. That the exhale is really releasing tension. We're going to do a heart opener, a chest opener. I'm going to start on the left side. You can start on the left side as well. If you have a block, for those of you who have blocks at home, you may want to have a block near your head, because that might be helpful. So the left hand is either on the level of the shoulder, or you walk your hand forward in front of that in order to get a little bit more space. Your right hand is going to be near your right armpit, and you're going to carefully roll onto the left side of your hip. And then you're going to bend your right knee and you're going to bring your right foot behind your left thigh. So left leg is still going to the back of the mat. And then depending if you have a block or not, you can either just put your head on the floor or put it on a block. So I'm really feeling how this is opening things up. This is an excellent way to make sure that you're not carrying tension in the front of your chest and that your shoulders get a chance to open up. Left hand is relaxed. For those of you who have even more opening, you can bring your right arm bone up to the ceiling and then bend the right elbow and bring the hand behind your heart. Now breathe. Feel free to lift and reposition your head as your body and your shoulder girdle opens up. If you have more mobility in your right shoulder, you'll find your left hand, roll over, and try to get your fingers together. Both arms straight. This is extra. Right hand, now that you've done that, for those of you who have, right hand comes in front of your face. Use your cupcake hands and roll onto your tummy, and do not do anything with your left arm. Oh, I'll do all the groaning. Breathe. Left hand comes in front of your left armpit. Right arm bone goes out. Fingers nice and wide. And depending on your shoulders, if you want more movement, not more movement, but more space, an easier pose, then walk your right hand forward. And then roll onto the right side of your body. Bring your left foot behind your right thigh. And then use your block, this is my imaginary block, underneath your head. And just wait for all of this movement, all of this tension, both good and bad, opening up your side body, your shoulder, etc. Those of you who have more movement in your shoulder, more space, you can bring your left arm bone up. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the left elbow, bring the hand behind your heart. Inhale. Exhale, you can find some fingertips back there by walking your left hand along your arm and seeing where your flexibility is. To do this, I always have to lift my head in order to create some space. So you do you. And then left hand in front of the face on your face on your mat. Come onto your belly. Bring one hand and then the other hand on top of each other. Relax your toenails, shoelace side of the feet. Forehead on the floor. On your hands. And then breathe. And then feel all of the warmth in your shoulders. Press through the palms of your hands, tuck your toes, move back into active child's pose. Separate your knees, shoelace side of the feet, fingertips on the floor. Press, press, press. So the whole side body is opening up. And take a big inhale and exhale, let something go. So that's a sigh, a groan, a moan. And then press through the palms of your hands. Inhale, curl forward. Exhale, down dog. And then just gently walk out your down dog. Now that we've opened up our shoulders, the down dog is a better version than the first one. We're going to pivot the left foot. You're going to bring the right foot forward. And then let's get all 10 toenails going the same direction. Drop your left knee, so low lunge. Use your fingertips. Inhale, pull, open your chest. Now, walk the right foot forward. We're opening up our hamstrings here. Dig your right heel in. So your arms are still straight. I'm going to move mine underneath my shoulders. Back toes are tucked. Attract the right heel to the back toe. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, push down and forward with your fingers as you bring your heart and your eyes over your shin. Look at your right big toe. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Feel your hamstring. Inhale, come on up again. Exhale, walk into that front knee over ankle. Plant your hands. Lift the back heel, press the back heel away. Feel the work in the front of your left hip. You should be starting to feel a little warm. I hope so. Separate leg, forward bend, stretching. So fingertips, if you have blocks, it's really nice to use blocks, but fingertips right underneath your shoulders. Dig your right heel in. Lift your front toes. Pull the right hip away from the left hip. This should be quite intense. Inhale, arms are straight, eyes and heart forward. Exhale, come on down, whatever down means for you. Press through that right foot, bend through the right knee. Press through the palms of your hands, curl your back a lot, and then move into down dog. Whatever way down dog is accessible to you. You can grab your leg always. Inhale, curl forward. We're flossing the spine, so it's almost like angry cat. Exhale, cow back. As we press down and forward, bend your knees deeply. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Feel the work here. Zip up your core. Inhale, curl forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Eyes and heart forward. Cow back. Inhale, come forward. Yeah. Again, the same move. Angry cat, almost going into a plank. Exhale, bend your knees deeply, chest and thighs together. Left knee into chest, slower than you want. Left foot, left thumb, drop right knee. All 10 toes going in the same direction. Inhale, open up your chest. I always find for this pose I need to sneak my left foot forward so that I don't lean back, because I want my right hip to still be over my right knee. Dig your left heel in, maybe walk your hands back a little bit. They can certainly be wide. Spread your left toes, feel the back big toe. Inhale, pull your hands towards the back of the mat. Exhale, elbows out to the side. I can hear the groaning over the interwebs. Spread your toes. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Dive in. Feel the warmth. Feel the body warming up. Notice all the places that you need a little space. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, walk into that left foot. You can plant your hands or use your cupcake hands. It takes time to build up those fingers. Press the back heel away. Press through the big toe, both big toes. Inhale. Exhale, separate leg forward, bend, stretching. Push the left hip back, pull the right hip forward. You can press through the hands, bring your hands on your block, bring them underneath your shoulders. Inhale, curl your whole body up, your whole torso up. Exhale, press the left heel into the floor, lift the front toes. I always like to think when I'm looking at my toes, I should really consider a pedicure. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, come on down. Press through the palms of your hands. Curl your back a lot. Pull left hip forward and right hip back. Feel the work here. Really curl your back a lot. And during an exhale, move that left leg back to down dog. And then find this dog. So, hamstrings a little more open. The dog is much nicer. Feels much nicer. Right knee into your chest, right foot forward, and we're going to take our hands on the inside of the right foot. And then you're going to walk, you're going to angle your right toes to the top right hand corner. So we always want, and then you're going to scooch, that's a technical term, your left leg back. We always want the knees going in the same direction as the second and third toe. Remember, you can come up on a bolster or a block or whatever works for you. Drop your left hip. I'm going to work on the palms of my hands. My wrists are a little sore. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, you're going to come, this is called lizard. It's not a happy moment here for all of us. As we come down and find space, press the back heel away. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, straighten the arms. And then exhale for some of you who can come all the way down onto your forearms, go ahead. Inhale, exhale, feel. Oh. For those of you who want a little bit more, dig your right heel in, lift your right toes, spread them. Bring your hands right underneath, again, your shoulders. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, drop your left knee. Bring your right arm on the outside of your right foot. And then just inchworm your right foot so both sets of toes are going in the same direction. Use your fingertips or palms of hands if you want. Again, a deeper hamstring work here. Dig your right heel in. Try to get your tummy onto your thigh. Your chest towards your knee, your eyes towards the right toe. Back toe is tucked under, and it's as if you're trying to bring your right heel towards your left knee. So we're always thinking, how can we activate the hip area all of the time? Press through the right foot, front knee over ankle. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Lift the left knee, and then exhale, curl your back a lot, pull your forearms towards each other, down dog. Notice the differences. How long your right leg feels. How the whole right side of your body feels terrific. Bend your left knee, curl your back a lot. Left foot is going to come beside your left thumb. Drop your right knee to start with, just so that we can set things up. Bring your left hand on the inside of your left foot. And then angle out your left foot so that you have a little more space. So the toes are pointing towards the left top of your mat, the corner. And the toes are going in the same direction as your knee. Inhale. Exhale, lift the back knee, press the back heel away. Yeah. So just noticing all of the talking back that your body is doing. And your job is to talk back and encourage it with breath and smiling. Smiling helps a lot. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, come down, bring your body down as far as like one plank coming down on one side. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, you could walk your hands forward. And those of you who have a little bit more movement in your hips and your legs, you could come down onto your forearms and just have a little adventure and exploration. Press that back heel away. Feel like you are really trying to create space between your left heel and your back heel. Bring hands right underneath your shoulders. Inhale, and then exhale, walk your left hand over, front knee over ankle. So we're in low lunge again. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, press down and forward with your hands. Move your left foot back to down dog. And this is where we feel. So try not to fidget too much here. See if you can't feel the buoyancy in your pelvis lifting up, and the length through your arms and the heat through your body. Your knees can be bent. Inhale, come forward. High plank. Exhale, drop your knees. Inhale, retuck your toes, come forward again. Modified chaturanga, come all the way down. One hand on top of the other. This should feel quite a lot of beautiful sensation. Forehead on top of your hands, and then you can shift the weight of your hips from left to right, just to send a message. Things are good. This is what you chose to do. It's great to all be together to do this. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Initiate from the belly as you press down and forward and move into an active child's pose. I know that that was a lot for wrists, and wrists take a long time to open up, and fingers take a long time really to get as strong as we'd like. So I'd like to do some hand and shoulder openers. So come up into, you can be seated. For those of you who can't be on your knees, those of you who can be on your knees, come onto all fours. I'm going to start on the left side so that you can see me. You can either have your feet shoelace side or tuck your toes. It just depends what you'd like. Flip the left hand so that the wrist is parallel to the front. Your fingers are wide and the arm is right underneath your shoulder. So we're going to do some breathing as if the hand has the lungs. So we're going to inhale, you're going to push your left hip back and your left shoulder forward. So it's almost like the right side of your body is scrunching up and the left side is opening up. And then when you exhale, you come back to neutral. Inhale, push the left shoulder forward and the left hip back. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale again, left shoulder, left hip goes back. Exhale, come to neutral. Now, let's use our brain and our eyes. You're going to look at your left hand, and best as you can, you're going to bring one finger at a time. Arm is still trying to be straight into the palm of your hand, and you're going to squish. Then you're going to push left shoulder forward, left hip back. And then exhale, you come to neutral. Inhale so that you feel all the spaces in your wrists. And then exhale, flip the palms of your hands, lean back into child's pose. Arms are forward. Flip the palms of your hands to the ceiling and feel. So one hand feels extremely large compared to the other. You feel a nice tingly feeling into your palm and almost all the way up into your shoulders. Plant your hands, tabletop, flip the palm of your hand, the right hand this time. Oh, I really feel that. Wrist bone to the top of the mat, parallel. Push your right hip back and your right shoulder forward. As you inhale, exhale, come to neutral. Inhale, right shoulder forward, right hip back. Exhale, come to neutral. Inhale, right shoulder forward, right hip back. Exhale, come to neutral. Look at your right hand, and then with your eyes and your brain, you're going to try to move one finger at a time into the palm of your hand. Straighten the arm. Inhale, right shoulder forward, right hip back. Exhale, come to neutral. Let's do that one again. Inhale, right shoulder forward, right hip back. Exhale, come to neutral. Flip the palms of your hands. And just hang out here. Let's go into Japanese seated posture and just have a little moment where we're kind of having some self-awareness of how our spine is. So you can be on shoelace side of the feet. I'd like you to flip the palms of your hands so your wrists can have a little bit of a break. We're still going to do a little bit more work on our wrists and our shoulders, but let's have a little break here. So I'd like you to feel like the pelvis is moving forward and you feel the low back has a lot of movement, and also your neck. And you can just close your eyes and feel the heat that we were generating. It doesn't take much. If we hold all our weight against gravity, it doesn't take much time at all to have a little bit of heat. Okay, come back into the middle of your mat on all fours, tabletop. We're going to flip our hands so that the fingers are going towards the back of the mat. Now, some of you, your shoulders are not going to allow you to go parallel, so you might have to angle out those hands. You do what you need to do so that you feel there's no compression. And when I mean compression, I mean bone over bone hitting bone. And you certainly will know what that feels like versus your tendons and your muscles needing some space. I like to do this with a lot of control because I don't want to break my wrists. So I want to tuck the toes so I feel that I have space. And I'm going to be walking. We're all going to walk our knees back. And we're going to lift. This is intense, so make sure you're still breathing. We're going to lift the palm of our hand. We're going to keep moving back so that we're going to open up. You certainly will know what you're opening up here. Opening up your wrist, all the knuckles in your fingers. Only move back on an exhale. This is a strategy that you should always use because exhales are the places where there's space. So you inhale for encouragement, then you exhale, you come back. And this should be done slowly. I know that we would love to make this stop, but this is so good for us. Think of all the spaces you're creating in the joints, waking up the places in your arms and your shoulders that don't want to be woken up. And then flip the palms of your hands and then just be in your child's pose, knees together, knees apart. And then you can just drop your head and really, really feel this tingly feeling that's coming through your hands, up into your wrists, and maybe you even feel something really great in your shoulders. Nice. Take the palms of your hands, come back. We're doing a lot of shoulder and hand things because I really feel, well, we need it, of course, but also it's an area that is neglected. We all know how to walk really well and to run, and maybe we can do warriors and crescent moons and all of those things, which are just great as well. But we often neglect. We're moving back and forth and just shifting a little bit of weight right and left. Fingers are really wide. It's almost like I imagine that this is like, you know, during Thanksgiving and we do the turkey outline of our hands when we were little and we taught our children. So this is what it reminds me of. So moving from right to left. And then sit back.
And then, no one can see you. Shake, 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 very organically, all the way up into your shoulders. Feel everything. Shake those fingers out. Shake the wrists out. Fantastic. Come down onto your hips, especially for those of you who don't want to be on your knees anymore. Fire log legs. So the fire log legs is crossing over at the shin level. That's available for most people. So pull the flesh back if you have a little bit of flesh going on. And you're going to take your arms out scarecrow style. And you're going to imagine that you've gone for a hike and there's this beautiful tree right behind you. And you're leaning your head and your spine against the tree, and you're going to try to hug it with your back body. So there's a lot of work here. And also keep the crab hands working. So these are called scarecrow arms and crab hands. And then just tilt those arms down. So now we are pointing our fingers to the floor. And then bring them back up. Notice what has to happen when you're doing this. And then bring your arms out to the side and bring right arm bone underneath the left. Some of you will be able to do the more advanced portion of this, but those of you who just would like to hug yourself, you just hug the backs of your shoulders and then follow the instructions as we continue. Those of you who can do eagle arms, do eagle arms. You can either have the backs of your hands touching, or you just sneak the right fingers into the left palm of your hand. Whatever you're doing, I want you to inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, feel. Inhale, lift. For those of you in eagle arms, exhale, feel. Inhale, lift a little bit more. Exhale, feel. Bring your hands, if you're in eagle arms, forward, and then just feel what that is doing in terms of your shoulders. Make sure you're breathing into the back of your body. And then undo your arms and bring your arms up into scarecrow, crab hands, and hug that tree again. Oh, that feels good. And now left arm underneath right. And then either the backs, and of course each side is so different depending on injuries, etc., etc. Flexibility, strength. So backs of hands or hugging, and then get the four fingers into the palm of your right hand, and then inhale, and then exhale, lift your elbows. Inhale into your back body, trying to separate the shoulder blades. Exhale. Inhale one more time, lift. Just experiment. Exhale, move your arms away from your face. Inhale one more time just for fun. And lift. And then exhale, bring your arms out to scarecrow, crab hands. So great. So great. And then release your arms and then relax your neck. Feel like that area has warmed up. You have more space in that very, very tight area. Those of you who have blocks can set up your blocks now. Set up your blocks so that we can have a nice little supported back bend. We'll be doing bridge. I won't be using blocks to show you, but you're going to bring the soles of your feet, so have your blocks nearby, soles of your feet on the floor. Inhale, bring your arms up. If you have your blocks nearby, you can actually take the block and put it between your hands or between your thighs, between your knees. Inhale, come on up, and then exhale, tuck tail, pubic bone to sternum. If your feet start to lift or you're starting to feel no connection between the floor, bring your feet closer to your butt. And then this is coming down as slowly as you can. Feel like everything is being zipped up. All the muscles are being encouraged to go close into the bones. If you get a little worried that you're not able to hold it, inhale, come up and encourage your body, and exhale, come down, tucking the tail even more, hugging even more into the center line. Remember, you can move your feet, go as slowly as you can, because there's a big reward at the end. And then when you finally get down, open up your arms, palms open to the ceiling, scarecrow style, backs of hands on the floor, knees content towards each other, feet are as wide as your mat, or soles of feet together, knees out. So you pick what makes your hips super happy. That would be great. I'm going to choose knees together. And I want the back of your heart to soften. We did a lot of work opening up our shoulders and our hands. So I want you to concentrate on the spaces that you just created. So the backs of your hands are super soft. You could even, if you rotate your thumbnails into the floor, you'll feel the scapula, the shoulder blades, kind of settle into a nicer, more neutral position in your back. If you need to reposition your head because you feel your neck is a little crunchy, then go ahead and do that. And then melt the back of your heart into the floor, and close your eyes so you can feel, just for a moment, all of the things that are moving. It's actually pretty infinite. So your whole body is reacting to gravity. It's reconsidering all the space that you just created in your shoulders, your chest, and your hips. Nice. We're going to do some of our opening work on our backs today. So you're going to bring your legs up, roots of toes together. Those of you who have tight hamstrings, you know what to do. You bend your knees, or you find some way of having your legs extended. This is a hamstring stretch, but it's also just repositioning the femur in a nicer spot in your hip socket. Now bring your arms up, marionette style. So we're releasing the tension. So as if you're a puppeteer, you've got your fingers kind of draping down without any effort. Your arm bones are right over your shoulders. Now take an inhale into your chest and notice how your legs and your arms just gently move away. When you exhale, you can position them again. Lift your head, reposition it, that as well. Inhale into your heart. Notice when you bring air into your side body and your upper body, upper chest, the legs and the arms naturally have to move away. So let them move away. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Bend one knee and the other knee. Bring your hands onto your knees and just give yourself a nice little organic, not a planned movement, so that you're massaging your whole back, your shoulders, your pelvis. So unlike a planned situation, you're moving like you would if you were a child, which is no plan, just where it feels delicious and where it feels great. And then those of you who have a little more movement, I'd like you to bring the roots of your toes together and grab the outer edge of each foot, cross your wrists in order to do this, and curl your back a lot. Inhale into your back body, and then exhale, squish all your organs and your bones together. And then allow your head to come back up, down on the floor, and then your feet. And then feel. This should feel like a beautiful response. Bring your right foot is actually behind your right buttock. Left leg goes up, spread the left toes, bend the left knee, bring it into your chest, and then cross the ankle and the foot on the outside of your right thigh. Now I like to take my hands onto my hips to make sure that I am really trying to get a solid connection with the pelvis on the floor, So you can also do this without touching by pulling your belly button into the backbone. Make sure that you have that connection. This is not about removing the sacrum. It's about finding ways of keeping the sacrum stable and anchored in order to do this next thing. You can pull your belly button into the backbone and then bring your legs as one unit towards your chest. So all of a sudden we're feeling a lot of things, which is good. Reposition your head so that you feel a little more comfortable. You can either thread the needle here, left arm underneath, interlocking your fingers to the webbing behind your right thigh, pushing your left elbow against that left leg. This is all about your hips. Yes, so tight hips sink ships. That's one of my 10 jokes. I hope that you enjoyed that. Right leg comes up, spread your right toes. Those of you with a little bit more movement, take your right hand on the outside of your left foot, left hand on the outside of your left knee. Pull that towards your chest, but still having your sacrum on the floor. So this is the next challenge for those of you who can do this. Right foot goes to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, you just slowly try to bring right leg to the floor, but you don't actually bring it to the floor, you hover it. Try to have a happy face here. Inhale, you're really pulling left leg towards your chest. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, slowly pull the belly in. Keep the sacrum there. Feel all of the little movements that is occurring in your left hip. This is a beautiful pose. Inhale. For those of you who can't do anything around your knee, that you can't do pigeon, you can always do this. This is kind of like pigeon, upside down, but with the spine very, very stabilized. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, bend the right knee, right foot behind your butt. And then allow the circulation in front of your left hip to occur. And just feel that whole left hip being very spongy. Left leg goes up to the ceiling. Bend your left knee. Left foot comes down. Right leg extends to the ceiling. Bend your right knee into your chest. Flex your right foot. Put the ankle and the foot on the outside of the left thigh. Okay. Anchor your sacrum. Pull the belly button into the backbone. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, bring the legs as one unit towards your chest. Expect each side to be different. Your options are thread behind your left thigh. Pushing your right elbow against your right thigh so you really feel both the push and the pull. So it's the inside and the outside of your thigh. For those of you who'd like to go a little further, left leg goes up. Take the left hand, put it on the outside of your right foot, right hand on the outside of your right knee. So again, anchor your pelvis. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, left leg comes down, extending as if somebody's pulling the leg out, but you don't touch the floor. Inhale, left leg goes up. Try to go slowly as you can, and don't press the back of your head into the floor. Exhale, left leg goes down. Inhale, keep pulling that right leg towards you. Keep noticing where the spaces start to happen. Left leg goes up. Exhale, left leg goes down. Bend your left knee. Land your left foot. Extend the right leg. Right foot is now going to come beside the left, hip width apart. If you have your blocks, this is where we're going to do a final little back bendy thing. This is also, after this, I'm going to cue you to get your Shavasana music, all your cozy stuff, all of that, in order to go into Shavasana. So this will be the last pose. Just make sure your feet are in the right position if you're doing the pose without blocks. Your fingertips are just touching. the backs of your heels. Those of you who can do full back bend should take the advantage to do it now. Otherwise, bend your elbows, start pressing your feet into the floor. Your arms are 90 degrees. You're going to sneak your elbows in so that they really are supporting your whole body in this position. Fingers wide. There shouldn't be a lot of pressure on the back of your head. It should be at the back of your arms and your feet. Imagine your feet are lungs. Inhale. Bring all that energy, all that space that you created in this practice today. Make it puff up your chest. Exhale, press the earth away and puff up even more. Inhale. Exhale, press the earth away. Nice. Lift your toes. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Come on down. But tuck the tail. Imagine your spine is a slinky. Move your arm bones out of the way so your shoulder blades have plenty of space. And you're going to go upper back, middle back, pull the belly button into the backbone, pubic bone to sternum, lower back. Slow as you can go. Even though I'm saying it quite fast, you can go as slow as you'd like, because the slower you go, the more the reward. And once you get down there, you just feel that. Have your arms scarecrow style. Backs of hands are relaxed. Allow your knees to tend towards each other, or soles of feet in, knees out. Rolling over to one side, getting your fingertips into the floor and coming up. This is the time where I want you to cue your music for Shavasana. Get all of your blankies and everything that you'd like so they can be very, very cozy. I'm not going to take you out of Shavasana. I want you to be there for as long as your body needs. So there'll be a point in your Shavasana where you feel a tingly feeling in your fingertips and in your toe tips. It's as if everything is so quiet that you can feel your nervous system in a good way. So challenge yourself today to see if you can do that, and also see if you can look for colors between your eyebrows, this brain color activity, and just notice that. And I really appreciate that you joined me today, and that we joined together in the gallery and we saw each other, and it really warms my heart that you are doing this with me. And thank you so much for coming, and namaste, and have a wonderful rest of your day and an excellent Shavasana. Bye.